Hello there, friend! Welcome to the fire. You know that, edgy loner trope? That's fine if that's the route you want to take, but also in moderation because you still want to keep the story moving along, and you can't do that if everyone is in a different corner of the tavern brooding the entire time. First game with Girlfriend and Her Friends, r/RPG horror stories, posted by Spend-Vagrant. This happened about 3 years ago, and I'm mostly over it. Still, a little pissed at some things, but you'll see what I mean. We start the game, I plan to play an assassin rogue, because it's been a while since I last played, and I really wanted something simple to play as the other players were apparently really skilled at D&D, so I was hoping for at least the first couple games to play relatively laid back and not be the leader or anything. The episode 0 was really boring, as all the characters played different versions of edgy loner characters who wouldn't talk. The game ended a bit earlier than expected because the DM couldn't seem to make the game enjoyable. He tried, but none of the other characters would bite, and we spent most of the 2 hours at the tavern barely talking. I have an idea at this point to try and bring people out of their shells and encourage roleplay. So, I completely changed my rogue swapping stats, making them more charismatic and charming. Not in a creepy great character's way, but his form of charisma was performing tricks and making friends. I started off the session by performing my tricks for coin at the local tavern as the other characters started to filter in. They all sat alone and talked to no one. Trying to bring them in, I call out to the newcomers at the bar to join me for a drink as he loved to meet new faces. They immediately saw him as suspicious, despite rolling a nat 20 on insight against me, and me telling them my character's just a nice guy. Still, not seeming to believe me, despite literally rolling a nat 20 and being told by the DM that they believe I'm not lying about being good. Regardless, this session almost solely resulted in my character being targeted for no reason. Some examples included being knocked out by multiple characters, being stabbed while sleeping, stealing my stuff, and throwing my unconscious ass into the horse shit in the stables. I'm getting fed up by this point, but the DM goes along with it, making fun of my character the entire time. It seems like he was just happy people were enjoying his game at my expense. My girlfriend didn't actively participate, but wouldn't try to defend me either, enabling her friend's behavior. She has a hard time understanding that I'm not having fun as it's just a game. She said she spoke to her friends and they wouldn't do that anymore. So I buckled and decided to give it another go. Same thing this time. Every time my character wanted to do something cool, they wouldn't allow it. They would butt in during my conversations and would actively try and get all NPCs to think that I was a criminal, which he wasn't. He was more like a sneaky bard without magic. After this session, which again ended with my character knocked out and thrown in the stables, I was done at this point. I had messaged the DM who said they would address it multiple times but didn't, and I spoke to the other players who told me to just leave. After my girlfriend again convinced me to try one more time, nothing changed, and my character was dead about 30 minutes into the session because no one healed me, despite all having potions, and my cleric girlfriend didn't heal me because the party was against it. My character died, and I was pissed, but happy that I could leave early and went to bed. Woke up to multiple messages about how they revived my character, and my girlfriend was upset that I just left. I found out later the main problem character, the one who instigated against me and told me to leave, had a crush on my girlfriend, and he was jealous that she was with me. Me and my girlfriend later worked it out. She understood why I was upset. She wasn't good at picking up on things and can be quite oblivious at times. We agreed to stop playing D&D with them as it wasn't fun and was causing problems between us due to the conflict between me and her friends. We are still together now, 4 years from the 5th of September, and we have created a new game where I am DMing. In short, we start campaign. Everyone is edgy and miserable, tries to encourage the party to get into the game, and is immediately targeted, constantly. Everyone takes part or enables this behavior. Character is eventually killed and left to die by the party. No D&D is better than bad D&D. Oof, that's rough there, buddy, but good on you to realize the issue in-game and try to keep the story moving forward. It's a shame that all the other players all wanted to be alone with their inner monologues about how they weren't hugged enough as children or how their toast fell jam side down during breakfast. As I said before, it's really difficult to keep a story moving along if everyone wants to go off and brood in a different corner of the tavern the entire time. And that's really the key to playing a brooding loner character in a game where you're supposed to be interacting with other players and the story itself. You need to know when to have your brooding moments and when you need to work with the party and the story. And if you're gonna be alone brooding all the time, you're gonna miss some really good moments in game. And I'm also glad to hear that OP was able to work it out with his girlfriend eventually. Communication is key, be it tabletop games or, well, relationships. That's life. It was also really pathetic of that player who tried to ruin the game for you due to his infatuation with your girlfriend. Don't get in the middle of other people's relationships. It's never going to work out. Also, the friends of the girlfriend just sounds like a terrible and toxic group. I'm surprised that OP went back a third time after all that nonsense. Oh, and I find a lot of blame here on the DM as well, as he allowed the situation to happen and then even encouraged it due to his own inferiority as a DM. Hey, here's a tip. Do better and be better. Don't be a trash person. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.